Yo, what up, what up, what up? It's the pastor going live as promised and on time tonight. Yes, on time tonight, which is kind of unusual. And of course, my tag friends button ain't working, but all is well. Listen, I got a song on right now from Curtis Mayfield and the Impressions. This song was released in 1969. I know y'all don't know nothing about that, but it was a song that deals with choices. It's called, the name of it is Choice of Colors. And the challenge is, though, will we make the right choices when the right choices are put in front of us, regardless of color, regardless of color of skin, regardless of financial benefit or whatever? Will we make the right choice, even when it's a matter of color? So let me get some folks tagged up. People must prove to the people that a better day is coming. Get some folks tagged up. It's just a little bit more education. Oh, and then they won't let me do much. Okay, all right. Would y'all please share this out, because it's not letting me tag people, which is what happens a lot when I get on these lives. I know the devil be getting up in that. But yeah. The message of this, though, again, is about choices. Will we listen to our hearts and make the right choice when the right choice is placed in front of us? Or will we go along with like favorites and friends and, all of those things that have a tendency to sway us in a direction away from what we know to be the truth? Yep. People must prove to the people that a better day is coming. For you and for me, with just a little bit more education and love for our nation, it'll make us a better society. But if you had a choice, that's what this is all about tonight. If you had a choice, which one would you choose? If there was no day or night, which one of those would you prefer to be right? Many of us make choices based on what's advantageous to us. Many of us make choices based on how we're going to benefit from it. And unfortunately, even when it comes to the political climate we live in, elections in particular, many times people do not go or support the best person for the job because the people have a different agenda in mind, something that's not about the people as a whole. And that's what I'm going to talk about tonight. I'm going to talk about the political aspect of it. Making a choice in the 2023 mayoral campaign or election in North Charleston. The mayoral election, and why I'm supporting Reggie Burgess for mayor, and why I'm not supporting any of the others. Why some I can't support and some I won't support. Okay, I'm just going to be honest about it. There's a criteria for me. Many of y'all know me well enough to know that I believe in morals. I believe in values. Am I perfect? No, I'm a long way from perfect. You can believe that. I sin just like everybody else do. But the standard for leadership, and I don't care what political office it is, I don't care whether it's a pastor, I don't care whether it's a business owner, whatever, the standard for leadership should be based on a moral compass, based on integrity, based on a value system that operates with respect for one another and doesn't deal with deceitfulness or lies or hidden agendas or even, let me just be honest with you, or even personal gain. We've had people elected to office. We've had people run companies. We've had people head up churches that they were all of those things: deceitful, lying, trickery, personal gain, all of that. And all that's done is hurt us as a community and as a nation. And it's time for us to get away from that. It's time for us to get to the place where we're not playing games with people's lives because we let people stay in office or in positions, or we support their companies or whatever, when the reality is all they're doing is misusing the people for themselves in order to enrich themselves. Usually that's what it is. And that's why I wanted to get on here tonight, okay, and to talk about, and I'm not going to be long again tonight, just like I wasn't last night, talk about why I support Reggie Burgess for mayor, mayor of North Charleston. In my next two lives, okay, I'm talking about Reggie tonight specifically, and in my next two lives, I'm going to explain why I can't support some of the others who are running for mayor of North Charleston, and why I absolutely won't support some of the others. Okay, absolutely not. Can't do it. Based on what I just described: ethics, morals, respect for others, no pay to play. I can't do it. I can't do it. Okay. So I hope everybody's been having a wonderful evening. Again, the song was released in 1969 by the Curtis Mayfield and the Impressions, called Choice of Colors. If you had a choice of colors, which one would you choose, my brothers? If there was no day, or if there was no night, which would you prefer to be right? What color would you choose? Would you stick with the color that you were born with? Or would you choose to go to the side of privilege, if you could? Oh, I know some political figures I could go down a rabbit hole on that one about right now. But I'm still up here in Greenwood, South Carolina, sitting on Lake Greenwood. I had it, a little scene of it in the little blurb that I put up earlier today, with my wife here, who I'm here supporting her as she goes through some training here, handling her business. But tonight is about Reggie. I'm going to talk a little bit about myself too, because there's the same people who will invent lies about him to try to discredit him and ruin his reputation, or keep people from voting for him. They're the same people that attack me. So it is what it is. So I'm going to talk about those accusations too. Yeah. Excellent. Looking forward to that connection, definitely. August 19th. Looking forward to that connection, Mark. Absolutely. But check this out, though. It's the 2023 mayoral race in North Charleston. And so far, we have 7 declared candidates in this race. And I'm going to list them. I'm listing them in alphabetical order, so don't nobody think I'm trying to give somebody some preference, even though I didn't already told you all who I'm rocking with. I'm rocking with Reggie. It's plain and simple, okay? But the 7 candidates are Reggie Burgess, former police chief in North Charleston; Russ Coletti, who is a retired Navy sailor; Councilwoman, North Charleston City Councilwoman Rhonda Jerome; Charleston County Councilman Teddy Pryor; North Charleston businessman John Singletary, and former candidate for mayor twice, Brandon Trollinger, and Jesse Williams. Those are the 7 candidates that are known as of right now to have declared that they were going to run. I've seen lists with up to 11 names on it. It's a figment of somebody's imagination, okay? When the media reports who have already got in the race, usually we can go along with who they report, and they reported on these 7: Reggie Burgess, Russ Coletti, Rhonda Jerome, Teddy Pryor, John Singletary, Brandon Trollinger, and Jesse Williams. Those are the 7 candidates that, as of right now, have declared that they're running for North Charleston's mayor's seat, okay? But again, I want to talk about Reggie Burgess, okay, and why I support him. I've said it already tonight. Many of you all know me. Y'all know that I believe in in standards. I believe in morals. I believe in principles. I believe in ethics and integrity. Those are very important to me because those are the qualities that will help us as a people to be better, to do better, and to be better. Those are the qualities that will instill in our children the will to be better and to do better and to make better choices. Just think, we always talk negatively about our kids, but our kids, what they do is learn behavior. They didn't just start out bad or whatever. They learn that from adults. They learn that from grown people who feel it's all right to lie and cheat and steal in order to get where they want to go, who cuss up and act up and drink up and then tell the kids, don't do like I do like I say. These kids ain't stupid. They ain't stupid. So when it comes to our political figures, those that we have who actually are in charge of our day-to-day existence, really, who run our cities and our counties, who run our states and our federal government, if their moral compass is pegged out on the low side, if they don't have integrity, values, and the good qualities that makes for a sound individual that's going to help, then what they're doing is they're putting bad vibes from the top down to the community. They're creating a situation where people can look at those that they have in leadership and say, if they can do it, if they can lie, cheat, and steal, then I can do it. I can lie, cheat, and steal. And so electing people to office for me is very important, that we begin to change the narrative, because there's been very few people, even though many times elected officials have gotten into politics with the right mindset, and somewhere they got tainted along the way. But it's very important for us to begin to get back to the place where we screen our candidates that we are going to be voting for, and to make sure, not that they're squeaky clean, because ain't nobody squeaky clean, but that when they're challenged with the issues that they will face or have faced, that they have made morally sound decisions, that their integrity rose to the top. Because you can't pick and choose when you're going to have integrity. You either have it or you don't have it. And that's the reason why I stand with Reggie Burgess. Reggie Burgess is a man of integrity, of character, a man who has a moral compass that really works. It's not broken. One of the reasons why I can say that is, I don't know, do you know that, he just retired from North Charleston Police Department after 34 years. 34 years in North Charleston Police Department. He was the police chief in North Charleston since 2018. And before that, he was the deputy chief. And he rose up the ranks from 34 years ago up until now. Just retired. Reggie is married, proud husband and father of 2 adult children, community man, born and raised in North Charleston, homegrown, as some people like to say. But in 34 years of public service, especially in a position like chief of police or even a police officer, in communities where, especially black communities, where people are standoffish when it comes to the police and actually are always looking for some reason to go after the police, 34 years, and Reggie Burgess has got none of that. None of that. A man of character, a man of integrity. No words out on the street that he's been abusing people or nothing like that. No marital discrepancies and none of that. Integrity. That's that word. Moral character. That will translate from the life he's lived thus far into the highest seat of office in the city of North Charleston, where from that position, that same integrity, that same moral character, that same not only self-respect, but respect for others will trickle down from that top seat on down into the city council and into the streets of North Charleston, where everyone will have a chance at the American dream. I have no doubt about it. Because when it comes to that character, you can't turn it off. If you have it in your heart, you can't turn it. It's like me. Integrity is a part of my life. It's who I am. It's not who I decide to be because of a situation I'm in, or who I'm talking to, or because somebody offers me some money. No, it doesn't work that way. Integrity is who I am, and it's what I do. And Reggie Burgess is that kind of guy. And there are many people who will fault or hold the previous mayor in North Charleston, the retiring mayor, Mayor Keith Summey, and talk about all the dirty dealings that he's done and all of this over the 30 years that he was mayor. And I want y'all to understand that whether it was that or not, if that's not what you wanted in the mayor's seat, it's time to do something to change that around. And that's to get this person who has a proven track record of moral values in office, elected to office. 34 yees. Oh, and did I say, and I know there's some people who will watch my lives who are not of the Christian faith, and there are others who do not even believe in God, agnostic or atheist, and that's all well and good. I respect your right to be who you are. That I'm good with that. But Reggie Burgess is what I would definitely call a man of God, a true man of God. Perfect? No, I ain't perfect. And if you're listening to me, you ain't perfect. But still in all, though, when it comes to the situations that affect those that he interacts with, I've seen his heart. I've seen him go out of his way to make it right for people, to interact with people, to be there with people when they needed it the most, to do everything that he could in order to make sure that his community was safe and thriving. And now he's seeking the top office in order to do it even better, to expand upon that. And when it comes to the accusations we're going to hear, if you haven't heard them already, I heard it when one of his opponents kind of insinuated it in his campaign speech. Well, Reggie is inexperienced. Well, that inexperienced, maybe inexperienced as having the title mayor in front of his name, but experienced as far as leadership ability, experienced as far as his understanding of city operations, budgeting and financing, handling large budgets, city management. He's experienced in all of that. But let me just put it this way, okay? Going back to the soon retiring Mayor Keith Summey, okay? When Keith Summey took office some 30 years ago, right? He wasn't a mayor before then. He wasn't a city councilman before then. He was none of that. He had, as far as we know, as a resume, he had zero experience. So for somebody to say that Burgess is not experienced, so he shouldn't be mayor, that's hogwash. That's somebody that's throwing mess at you and hoping it stick. Okay? That's someone that's trying to deceive you into thinking that unless you have this experience or that experience, then you're not going to be able to hold this particular job. And that's trash. That's trash. I think Mayor Summey's done a great job with this city with no experience. No experience. Boeing, Volvo, Mercedes-Benz, major airport, all of these things, you know? Yeah. The biggest financial drawing city annually in the state of South Carolina, grown to the third largest, soon to be second largest city. I think Mayor Sonny did pretty good with no experience. So when you hear people out here saying, well, you can't support Reggie Burgess because he has no experience, just tell them, well, Keith Summy didn't have experience either at one point. He did pretty good. Okay. And the other part of that, though, is that integrity and that ability to embrace those around him is going to also give him the ability, the discernment to be able to build a working team. You see, that's what good leaders do. A good leader doesn't have to be great in every aspect of everything they do, but they have to have the common sense and the moral character to build a team that will cover everything that needs to be covered, and to do it under the leadership and guidance of that person with the same moral values that the person believes in and represents. And Reggie will be able to build a team for when in any area where he might not be the top guy. He will still be able to build that team. And it's the team. See, people like to say teamwork make the dream work. But when you're talking about certain political candidates, they're not talking about teamwork to make the dream work. They're talking about making their dream work for themselves and not the team. And for anybody to think that any one individual will take an office and not need a team or need to build a team, you're a fool, okay? So don't let anybody make you into a fool by telling you that mess about Reggie is inexperienced, okay? Reggie is highly experienced. He didn't get 34 years in the department and from a beat cop, as we used to say it in the day, up to the chief of police by being inexperienced, okay? Especially in a city like North Charleston. His understanding of North Charleston, his city, is more in-depth and applicable than any other candidate that's in this race. There's nobody that has his qualifications when it comes to understanding the needs of this city, okay? Now, something else that I've heard that is running around rampant with these folks that like to invent lies and tell lies about those in order to discredit a candidate is that they're saying that he's a plant for Summy. He is undercover op for Keith Summy, that he's trying to get in office in order to perpetuate Keith Summy. And then they which this is, I don't understand this logic. They say that's why Keith Summy supported him, you know, or says that, you know, he would not mind if Reggie was the one that replaced him. You know, I'm not really understanding the logic in that at all, because it's one thing I know, especially from being out there in the game, right? When the police, right, when they send a plant to get information on whoever's doing dirt, the police don't announce that that's the plant. Oh, we sending so and we put our stamp. We the police and we put our stamp on this guy and we're gonna send him in undercover to infiltrate the gang. I don't understand. That ain't how it works. But when you tell me that, or when I hear that others are saying that Reggie is a plant for Summy, it doesn't make sense to me that Summy publicly endorsed him. That doesn't make sense to me at all, okay? Now, it might make sense to you, but it doesn't make sense to me. It's with the way that, especially in the black community, with how many black people feel in the community about Keith Summy, that they don't like him, they don't want him, they feel like they've been mistreated, neglected, overlooked, and everything else under his leadership? It seems like if Summy was endorsing a person, the community would feel the same way about him. I'm not getting ready to go with him. So it would have made better sense that if Summy was trying to use Reggie as a plant in order to further his business, he wouldn't have said he was endorsing him. Because endorsing him, all that would do is turn the community against Reggie. So somebody make it make sense. This is just some simple logic. Again, the police don't come out and stand next to the plant and say, this is our guy here. He's going undercover and he's going to take y'all down. You know, he's going to do our bidding in your presence, but you ain't gonna know about it but even though we endorse him, that don't make no sense. The mayor said that he would not mind seeing Reggie in that seat. More or less a veiled endorsement. And if he had some kind of deal or pact with Reggie in order for Reggie to perpetuate his reign, right, beyond his retirement, there's no logical reason why he would have stood up and endorsed the man. It don't work that way. So the clowns that's out here using that as a lie, using that lie to try to impugn the character of Reggie Burgess, y'all don't fall for that foolishness. Don't fall for it. These people really think that you're stupid to tell you anything like that. So if you hear anything from any of these candidates or any of their people or whatever, that, Reggie is an op for Mayor Summy, or Reggie is inexperienced, man, laugh in their face and tell them go on with that foolishness, okay? Find something better to talk about. Because matter of fact, tell them, I'm not stupid. Stop trying to play me like I'm stupid. You know, I can think for myself. Are they trying to implant all of this foolishness in your head? But that's what they do. That's exactly what they do. And that's what they've tried to do to me. And that's why I know so much about it, because there have been people who have, they just put everything out here about me. I thank you, Cheryl. I appreciate that. They put everything out here about me, that I do this and I do that and I take money and I'm a power seeker and all of that. I'm going to read some of the comments from somebody that recently, it was a Facebook post, okay? I actually, for the security, after a while, I covered it up. It's still available to me. I could open it up to the public again if I wanted to, but I'm not going to do it. And I'm not naming any names tonight on this either. But I just want you to just hear, to hear this, okay? The craziness. Because I think most of y'all that's on here, y'all actually know me. Or y'all know a little bit about me, right? I think, okay? But let me see what we got here. In that conversation, one of the people called me, said that, let's see, you can talk righteously, but have a snake mentality. That's what he called me. That's why I know when they come in at Reggie, that they're going to come with all this craziness, that none of it makes sense at all, okay? Says, I have a snake mentality. Let me see what else, okay? Says, let's see. It said, your loyalty, it seems more about you, speaking about me. My loyalty to Reggie Burgess is about me and how much status I have. It says, stop playing political games and tell the truth. Anybody know me? I don't play political games. I have not been playing political games, and I'm not going to play any political games. I'm a truth teller. Like it or not, I'm a truth teller. And I'm going to tell the truth. If somebody, I got a meme that I'm going to post up. If you want something sugar-coated, go eat a donut. Okay? Because I ain't the one. I ain't the one. This dude, the person that wrote this, he said, you have it said a crap in a barrel. I think he meant crab. You have a crab in the barrel mindset, and you're not helped black people but hurting them. I guess he was having trouble typing that day or something. You're Y-O-U-R, not help black people but hurting them. That's insane. That's insane. Anybody check my record? Y'all Google me, okay? Just Google Pastor Thomas Dixon. Google Pastor Dixon and see what comes up. I could give a few more names right now, including this person's name, but I'm not going to do it. Because if you Google them, you won't see them trying to help anybody. Anybody. We got candidates for mayor, the same thing. No history of helping anybody. But this is what it's saying about me. Let me see what else I got here. Let's see. The lighting is very hard, very difficult right here. Okay. Okay, let me go to this next page, okay? Check this out. It says, wrote, I know that you're an opportunist. Again, I just wish that people, when they write, that they would know English, okay? You are, the abbreviation is Y-O-U'-R-E, not Y-O-U-R, okay? It's the second time I've encountered in this little reading, but I'm not here as an English grammatist, but it was written, I know you're an opportunist and that you hide behind the screen. You see how crazy that sounds? Folks have seen me in the streets for well over 10 years consistently. I ain't hid from nobody. I ain't hid from nothing. And I say what I mean, and I mean what I say. But these people, they invent things in order to try to impugn people's character, especially when they can't find anything to impugn the character. And that's why they're coming at Reggie with this craziness, okay? Because they're going to catch people out here who are not knowledgeable, who have not done their research, and those people are going to believe it, okay? They did this to me in 2019, and they're going to do it again. Let me see what else you got. Oh, said, you got exposed when you ran for mayor back 2019, and then also trying to run for senator as well. I got exposed, I guess. And this person says, you got exposed in the church, and that is why you don't really help in the church. I don't understand none of that. I don't understand the part about being exposed. I don't understand about in any of the races. I don't understand about this church statement. I don't understand. So then it starts like this. Okay, here comes the holier than thou thing. Okay, that some of these hypocritical Christians always like to jump out with. So do me a huge favor and remove the title and just be authentic. I guess he's telling me to take pastor away from my name, even though the word pastor simply means one who tends the flock, one who shepherds the sheep. And there's nobody who knows me or Googles my name would say I'm not a pastor, okay? And I'm the associate pastor at Life Community Church also, where I've been the associate pastor now for 3 years. But even more importantly to me, I'm a community pastor. I'm out here in the streets tending the sheep, tending the flock, which really more pastors need to be doing. Amen? I thought I'd drop that out there. And then this person closed by saying, we all know that you're trying to gain power. Is this some sick stuff or what? Is this some sick stuff or what? I'm trying to gain power. I've never tried to gain power. And I do believe because I've never tried to gain power, my name is well known, not only around the Low Country, but across this state and beyond the borders of this state. Power? I remember how people used to say I was a media whore, always looking for the cameras or whatever. But what they didn't understand was I've never had to go looking for a camera. The media people call me because my ear is to the community, because I'm aware of what's going on. I never had to go looking for the media for anything. Never. You know, if Elder Johnson and I were still working together, or even now, he still might readily admit it. I never had to go look for the media. I ain't the one. So whoever this person is, I know who it is, but I mean, this person is just regurgitating mess that he's heard. Okay. Says that we all know that I'm saying you're trying to gain power. And you're banking on certain people winning to be in the forefront. I'm banking on somebody, I guess they were talking about my support of Reggie Burgess. My support of Reggie Burgess, I'm banking on him winning so I can be in the forefront. Somebody make it make sense. Somebody make it make sense. I've had access to mayor's offices, senators' offices, Washington, D.C., everything down the pipe, well over 10 years. What do I have to do now to be further in the forefront? I don't need to be. See, but this, when you got people who, first off, are unlearned and untaught, like Peter spoke about in his little epistle, I think it's 1 Peter, unlearned and untaught, who just follow the leader and parrot what other people tell them, that's what you hear from them. Foolishness like that. And that ain't nothing but a bunch of foolishness right there, that does not make sense. Let's see. So now I guess it had to flip a little bit. So now we got to go to the Bible. Yeah. Since I'm Pastor Dixon, now we got to go to the Bible. This person said, the Bible says if you have a problem with your brother, then confront him or something. I don't have a problem in my house with you. Let me skip that. I don't even know what he's talking about. But the reality is, though, this person, I told about the problem I had to his face, through Facebook Messenger 4 years ago. And he never did anything about it. But that's what they do. To continue, he wrote, you're twisting words when the truth of the matter is you're a false teacher. This guy calls me a false teacher. Okay. You show up when the lights is on and bright. Now I'm reading. Okay. You show up when the lights is on and bright. Yes, what's going on? Joanna, Cheryl, everybody. Okay. Wow. I'm a false teacher. I know this has got to be one of them church people. Okay. Especially when they ain't got no win in a conversation, they want to start trying to toss Bible around and say you ain't this and you ain't that or whatever. That's exactly what run people away from the church as it is. Hypocrites like this here. Okay. Wow. That's pretty amazing. And finally, from this person, says, you hide behind social media and portray the truth. I tell anybody, no matter where I am, the truth. Doesn't have to be on social media. I'm not hiding from nobody. That's why I'm doing this live, right? This is not social media. This is live. This is something that will be, as a matter of fact, it'll be stamped for all perpetuity on the internet. And that's why I'm not using any names. I choose not to use any names in this tonight because maybe this person will repent, okay, and change their ways and stop with all of this craziness, because this is crazy. It says, you're not helping but stirring up confusion for likes. In other words, as long as I'm getting likes, I guess, on social media, then that's why I do what I do, in order to stir stuff. Forget the truth. Truth doesn't make any difference to this dude, okay, at all. Oh, he's doing that because he wants to get likes. Never once did he say, was I lying? Nope, because he can't say I'm lying. Then it goes back to the Bible. Here we go. The Bible does say, be careful of wolves in sheep clothing. So if you say you're pastor, then you're failing your assignment. This dude, okay? This dude who just lied through a whole series of comments. A whole series of comments that, again, I have them. I have screenshots of all of them. I'm reading them right now. I have screenshots of all of them. I could actually just lay him out, But he had a cohort too, and I'm just going to read through the cohort's comments. A lot of them sound exactly like him. A lot of the comments sound exactly like him. So And I'm pointing this out because this is the same way that they're coming at Reggie Burgess, because they want Reggie Burgess's name to be tarnished out here, hopefully to draw votes away from him. People saying, I can't support him. He's like that. He's inexperienced. I can't support him. He's a do boy for Summy. And all of that's nothing but lies and made up stuff, just like this stuff that I'm reading, nothing but a bunch of lies. That's all. In order to tarnish my character, so people will turn their back on me, basically. Okay? I hope y'all don't go nowhere. I love y'all. And there's absolutely nothing you can do about that. But the other person that got on, okay, who just happens to be related to the other person that I just read about, listen to what she says, okay? It says, you are a straight crab in a barrel and a wolf in sheep clothing. You have done more harm to your own than help. You hide behind social media, lying and stirring up confusion among blacks in our community. And it's a shame before God. There we go with that church people. Calling on God, okay? Even when I'm telling the truth, okay? And they're not disputing that, okay? It's even more disgraceful that you walk around with the title and call yourself a pastor. Okay, all right. I just explained. Pastor is somebody that tends the flock. And that's one of the reasons why I'm on here right now, pointing out as far as my support for Reggie Burgess and the lies that are being spread about him in order to ruin his character, and based on what I know from personal experience, okay? And it's a shame before God. It's even more disgraceful that you walk around with the title and call yourself a pastor. Somebody who tends the flock. It's even more sad that you are still holding some kind of a grudge. And I want to skip that, okay? Which I have no grudges against anybody. Let's see. Next page. But it seems to me like you're trying to be an opportunist, flunky to get a job or be in the cabinet of Mr. Burgess's administration yourself. This person is saying now, okay, what I'm doing as far as supporting Reggie is because I'm trying to get a job in his administration. I got a job. My job is public servant. My job is to pastor the community as best I can. My job is to make sure that the real wolves do not get to the sheep. And that's why I call out those that I do. My job is to make sure that other good people are promoted and supported and get to the positions where they can help the rest of the flock. That's my job. That's my job. Says, it seems to me like you're trying to be an opportunist, flunky. Call me the flunky to get a job or be in the cabinet of Mr. Burgess's administration yourself. I'm glad that this person realized that Mr. Burgess is going to have this administration, the mayoral administration. That's right, Lisa, farthest from the truth. She don't know. Only thing that this person knows is what the other guy has told her and the other people the circles that they operate in. They spread these lies between themselves, and then they blossom the lies out into the public. So to other people who don't know. And that's how this thing goes. So we got to have people out here who are going to speak up against this mess, okay? And that's why I'm talking tonight about why I support Reggie Burgess. And over the next two lives, I'm going to talk about why I can't support some of the other candidates and why I absolutely won't support some of the other candidates, okay? This is a process here. There's a process. Let me see. Yeah, she threatened me with God again, and then said that you are deceitful to the highest level they come. You're a liar and a confusion maker. You are asinine to our community. I wish that she would use words that she understood the literal context of them. You are asinine to our community. Sad. Okay. Those remarks were made on a public setting on my Facebook page following the last mayoral forum. Okay. And again, I have the screenshots of all of them, and I have the actual post still saved and everything, you know, just to be able to come to this point today, talking about not only my good friend, Reggie Burgess, but somebody who I totally respect for the position that he's held in our community for all of these years. 34 years with an untarnished record. Yeah, yeah, Lisa, a liar. No, she never marched with us. None of them talking this mess. Never been in the streets with anybody. None of them. You think they might have got out today and gone to the balloon release or something for Rajane? Nah, I wasn't there. I wasn't there. I'm in Greenwood, and I know they wasn't there. So, you know, it's so sad, though. As the song started out, if you had a choice of colors, which would you choose? You know, would you choose right no matter what? If there was no financial advantage to you, will you still choose right? Or must there be a gain for you in it? And that's what this person seems to think, or these people seem to think, that there has to be a reason behind my supporting Reggie Burgess, other than the fact that he's a man with morals and integrity, a man with good character, a man of God, a man with a proven track record. To these people, there must be something else. Why? Because they're trying to make me them. I want that to sink in. They're trying to make me them. They're trying to put their own inadequacies off on me, off on Reggie Burgess, and try to make us like them. And they are the ones who are, well, I saw that word. What is it's all about the skullduggery. The skullduggery. They are the deviants. They are the miscreants. They are the ones who ultimately are going to continue to tear our community down, because they'd rather tear a good person down than to elevate that person up. They'd rather, when they have a choice, they'd rather that choice be according to their own ulterior motives and agenda than to stop and say, this is a good person, and I need to get behind this good person. And the sad part about it is, and I'm just going to say it because they're so stupid, they usually everything that they're thinking about, everything that they say is based on what somebody has told them, because they've had no personal interaction with the people that they're talking about. And they never researched it. They never researched it. You know, one of these days I am going to get deep off into that whole Facebook post and that whole interaction between this guy and the other person, because there's some more things that actually need to be put out. And I'm trying to give that person a chance to, you know, just to do the right thing, because I don't really delight in doing that. I don't delight in doing this, but it's so necessary, because there's so many people out here who are deceived, who will listen to lies and follow along lies. You got these people that are going up, they're talking to other churches and church people. And church people, sometimes they have a tendency to just believe that everybody's telling them the truth, especially when it feeds what they want to believe anyway. When they say that, you know, well, Burgess can't win because he's not experienced. Well, shoot, again, when Keith Summey won the mayor's seat 30 years ago, he wasn't a mayor before then. He had no experience. And he's done a pretty good job with North Charleston, you know. Reggie Burgess is the do boy for Summey. He's trying to get in so that Summey will still control the city. That makes no sense, because if Summey was trying to get somebody in to office so he could continue to control the city, he wouldn't tell anybody that's who he's supporting. That ain't how that works, you know. Just some pure logic. Pure logic. So with that being said, I just wanted to make sure that I put this word out there. I wanted to make sure I put this word out there for those who might want to listen and understand and do their own research about it, and go right ahead. Go right ahead. I've done my research. I know this brother, and I call him a brother because I've seen him do more for the people of North Charleston at all levels than anybody else that I've seen in city council, county council, or anybody else's council. I've seen him in the streets. He has the ability to relate on all levels. I hear one candidate talking about, I got the black agenda. I hear another candidate talking about, I got the experience. One thing about it, I think that Reggie has an agenda like me. And I said it already, a human agenda. Not just a black agenda or a white agenda, but a red agenda, a brown agenda, and a yellow agenda. Native American agenda, Asian American agenda, Latino American agenda, white agenda, and black agenda. All agendas, a human agenda, where everybody has an opportunity in this city to get better and to do better. Everybody, okay? So that's what I believe in. That's who I'm supporting. Ain't nothing that they can do. I ain't scared of none of them. They can talk all the trash they want to. I ain't scared of none of them, okay? And I'm going to keep on pushing this word out. I'm going to keep on pushing this word out. Now, again, like I said, tonight wasn't the night for me to actually go in on the other candidates. But I am in my next 2 lives. And I said that last week when I said I was going to start regularly coming back and explaining what was going on, okay? And I'm just in the early stages, but my next 2 lives are going to be dealing with why I can't support some of the others who are running, why I can't being the operative word, why I can't support them. And then there'll be another live that's really going to be hot, where I talk about why I won't support some of the other ones. Won't, will not, support some of the other ones, okay? That one's going to be hot. Because there's a couple of them who need to be brought down a peg or two by the truth being told about them, And they're going to deny it. They're going to deny it. But y'all know me well enough to know I've never sat back and lied to you all about anything. Nothing. It's not what I do. And that's why when there's people talk about, well, I'm seeking power or whatever, it's one of the reasons why I have the reputation that I have and why I am accepted in these different areas, because people know I'm honest. I'm honest. So I'm not sitting here making this up. I don't care nothing about no position in anybody's cabinet. I got a Social Security check, a little bit of disability, and a wife who loves me. That's plenty for me. That's plenty for me. I'm a happy man. I don't need nobody's position, okay? I do this because I do it for the people. I put on for my people. And anytime that there's a possibility that somebody might be doing something that's going to harm our people, oh, you're going to hear from me. And not supporting Reggie Burgess in this field of candidates that's running right now for mayor, that's harming our people. That's harming our people, because the rest of them, they're not him. They're not on that level. They're not morally, ethically, they're not on that level, or even the ability to actually win an election. They're not on that level. Reggie's got it. He's got the juice. He's got the heart. And I support him 100%. If I had a choice of colors, which one would I choose? I would choose the color of right. The color of right, the color of character, the color of morals, the color of ethics, the color of integrity. That's what I would choose. And that's why I stand with Reggie Burgess for mayor of North Charleston. And that's why I'm I'm running against all the rest of them that's running against him, okay? I'm just going to cut it straight. I'm running against everybody that's running against Reggie Burgess for mayor, okay? So listen, you all have a wonderful evening. I'm going to read over all of the comments, make remarks if I can. But I just want to tell y'all I appreciate y'all getting on tonight. I wasn't a full hour once again, and this is 2 times in a row. And I'm trying to get a little better, down to like a half hour or something like that. But I'll be back on again soon, talking to you all real soon. Gareth, I miss you. Tell Judy I send my love, all righty? And we will be talking to everybody. I will be talking to everybody. We'll be coming back from Greenwood on Thursday. And we got a few things lined up for Thursday afternoon and Thursday evening, school board and other things. So a lot going on. Ronnie, I appreciate you, my friend. Thank you so very much. Again, I'm going to continue to tell the truth about what's going on and some things that happened in the North Area Dems group that need to be talked about. But I'll be talking to y'all soon. I appreciate y'all. Take care. Have a wonderful evening. I love y'all. And just as my good friend Deborah Anderson always says, I love you, and there's absolutely nothing you can do about it. Y'all take care. Peace.